Hello, and welcome. Tonight, you're re-invited on a slow and winding journey through time to a world long buried under dust and sand, yet once alive with the hum of markets, the shuffle of sandals on brick roads, and the silent prayers whispered under starlit skies. No, tonight we begin with something far quieter, far more human. We begin with the lives of people like you, or perhaps like who you might have been had you been born into the world of ancient Babylon. This is not the history of emperors and gods, though they will appear from time to time. Babylon, a city of clay and reeds, of law codes etched in stone, of markets brimming with lentils and incense. It once stood proudly on the banks of the Euphrates River, its walls tall, its cigarettes reaching skyward, its myths echoing across centuries. But behind its ancient grandeur was something far more ordinary and far more exhausting. There is no breakfast table, just a handful of dried dates, maybe some lentils left over from last night, and then dot the walk. Barefoot, usually. Across coarse ground, your solace hardened like leather from years of use, beneath the dry, golden sun of Mesopotamia, You are one of thousands. Your name is unlikely to be recorded. Your hands will always be calloused. Your body prematurely bent from labor. Your job is to mix mud with chopped straw by foot. You step into the pit and begin to tread, rhythmically, endlessly. The mixture must be even, smooth, consistent, no tools. Just legs, its bricks were laid by hands like yours. Maybe some of your bricks are there now. At home, a one-room house awaits, built from the same bricks you helped form. And still, the work echoes in your muscles. It smells faintly of dust and cooking oil. Quiet, repetitive, vital, and hard. Part of the divine skyline. A silent monument to 1,000 aching backs. The knowledge that you are part of something older than memory, something made of earth and time. Not because it's summer, but because the sun has already baked the earth before. You've had a chance to eat your first bite of barley porridge. You might be a semi-free laborer bound to your lord's estate, or perhaps you are working off a debt, brick by brick. You drink anyway, there's no choice. Lunches, whatever your family packed, if anything. A piece of flatbread if you're lucky. You don't stop because there's a quota. 100 bricks by sunset. 200 if your overseer has had a bad night. Surrounded by a world both ancient and deeply, quietly alive. Then they are left in the sun to bake, unless they are for a temple, in which case they'll be fired in a kiln. Kiln bricks are heavier, hotter, and take longer. You can't afford mistakes. A single crack means starting over. Tonight's story unfolds in 4 parts. First, you'll find yourself at ground level, walking barefoot in the mud, learning why life for a common Babylonian was far more grueling than you might expect. Then we'll shift upward into the mind of a king, Hammurabi, whose laws shaped an empire. After that, a dive into the mysteries, the legends of the Tower of Babel, and what archaeology tells us. Music feasts processions, but workers like you still rise the next morning. You still tread the mud. And finally, a quiet walk through the silk-draped halls of Babylon's priests and elites. A very different kind of daily rhythm. So now, let your body settle, let your breath slow, and imagine yourself. Segment 1. Why it sucked to be a Babylonian brickmaker. Imagine the ground is warm beneath your feet. You are a laborer, or perhaps more specifically, a brickmaker in Babylon. A job not only essential to the city's famous architecture, but one that defined the backbreaking rhythm of life for many. There are no alarms, but your day begins early, before the heat rises, before the flies awaken. The brickyards lie near the river where the soil is thick and sticky, perfect for shaping, terrible for comfort. The sun climbs, the air grows heavier. The mixture clings to your skin, then dries into a crust. These bricks are pressed by hand into wooden molds. And all of this effort, this exhaustion, is not enough to elevate your status. There are other workers, of course, scribes and merchants and guards, but you, like many, are tied to the land. You pause only briefly for water. It's drawn from nearby wells, often tepid, sometimes tainted. There are no holidays in the way we know them. The city celebrates festivals, yes, loud ones. Sometimes ... you glimpse the ziggurat in the distance, that great step temple rising above the city. When the day ends and you wash in the river, or not, the mud may loosen, but the fatigue clings. You lie down, exhausted. The sky above is wide and speckled with stars. This is the rhythm of your life. Yet in all of this, there is continuity.